What's going on, YouTube? We hope you're all blessed. Welcome back to the #1 podcast in the world. And that's a fact.
Damn, boy.
I'm 𝐁/Fatal. I make reaction videos on YouTube. I also make music. This is Dan.
I do fighting content, and recently your boy just had a fight and
lost. Unlucky. No.
big up 𝐒𝐄𝐒𝐍. What a great win you had. Come on now. Yeah, no,
bro won. Bro
come
won.
on.
Bro won.
Come
Bro
on.
always wins.
Always winning. And just to throw back to last episode, right? We were literally saying, oh yeah, I probably would go on a small creator card.
That's true, actually.
Literally, we were like joking about it, and then 2 weeks later got the call and I was like, okay, cool. Let's do it.
That's actually facts.
It's weird as hell how life happens like that.
Manifested it. That's what you did, mate. You manifested it.
Literally. I guess, well, we should probably just dive straight into that whole day, right?
Yes,
dive straight into the small creator boxing event that went down. When was it? It was like last month now, wasn't it?
Last month. Yeah.
It's been a while since it now. Yeah, man. What was your initial wait, let's go pre getting there. What was your thoughts of the fight? What was your thoughts of me entering that ring?
What, like way before, like?
Yeah, when it first got announced, and then let's go with on the day as well.
When it first got announced that you were fighting, I was actually quite gassed because I was like, because I backed your boxing ability from day one. I was like, I'm surprised you haven't done one for time. Like, even when me and Deck did the charity boxing fights, I'm like, why have you not jumped on it and just wrapped someone off? So I was quite gassed, but also very nervous because I was like, shit, let's not get fucked up. But that's calm, man. Don't need to worry about that.
We don't need to worry about that one.
Definitely don't need to worry about that one. Shout out to Callum one more time.
Man, I fucking love Cal. He's jokes.
And on the day, I mean, obviously I had to do some preparation and stuff too, but I was low-key nervous for you and me because I kind of wanted the event to go really well. Yeah. Because this was like really new to both me and you. I was like, I really, really hope it goes really well. Just because it's like, it's not only like a really like special day, it's like a memory. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but you know what? I was actually really confident in your ability, and I actually had no doubt. I mean, really? Once again, shout out to Callum. You know, I had no doubt that you were gonna lose. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I actually had no doubt at all, and because of the amount of training that you put into it, I was very confident. I just wanted the day to go well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's facts. It was weird because I felt like you had more confidence than I did.
100%.
And I was more doubting myself and my ability than probably absolutely anyone there. Like even you, Jeffrey, Deck, everyone around me at the time was like, bro, you're literally going to beat him. It's fine. Like, it's calm. And I was stressing the whole time. I was like, bro, but what if I lose? What if I like get knocked out? What, like, all of these thoughts are going on. And then, yeah, it was actually all right in the end. I felt comfortable as soon as I started warming up with Jeffrey. I felt so calm. As soon as I take it back. As soon as I met him on the day of the fight, I felt comfortable.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's because that trainer fighter.
Yeah.
Together, do you know what I mean?
It's because I just really, really rate him, not only as a person, but as a trainer, as a coach, as a fighter. All of these things, I was like, right, I'm just gonna put all my trust in him. And I woke up in the morning, I was a little low-key stressed. I was like, shit, let's just try and stay as calm as possible. So I literally just remember laying down on the sofa. I was like, I'm just going to lay down, not really do much, have my breakfast. And then, yeah, try to just stay as calm as possible. And then I was like, right, as soon as I saw Jeffrey, I was like, right.
You're calm, yeah.
It's game over.
Well, actually, I want to talk about that because I don't actually think we spoke about it off camera. What did you actually do? Like, you just said that you laid down and tried to like relax. What did you actually do before meeting, like being in that event to try and actually calm your mind?
Yeah, it was hard because I woke up. I literally probably only got, I'd say, 5 hours sleep, like proper sleep, because I was still low-key stressed the night before. So I probably only got 5 hours of quality sleep. But then I woke up and I was like, right, calm, let's just go downstairs. I'm not going to put my lenses in yet. I'm just going to wait out and just still feel a bit grotty, still feel a bit like I'm just waking up normally, if you get me. Sat downstairs, had some breakfast. I didn't have a coffee. I was like, no coffee, no caffeine.
Coffee, not allowed that.
Literally in it. I had a banana, some porridge, and then I had another banana. So I had 2 bananas in total. But then I literally, bro, I'm telling you, I probably had about 4 or 5 nervous poos.
Okay, no, I hear that. Okay.
Like I had one as soon as I woke up, and then had one after breakfast, after the banana. It was coming out of me, bro. I was pause. I was so nervous though, and I was like, I wanted to feel as as light as possible, light on my feet.
I mean, 5 poos.
Right, yeah, sorry, listeners, a bit graphic, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Yeah, and then I remember just laying down. I think it was like 10:30 in the morning, and I was like, I'm not meeting Jeffrey till much later, so I was just sat on my phone watching videos and stuff. Wait, did I see you on the day?
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
I remember we went and got we transported you to Malik's house to practice, wasn't it, for your performance? Damn. Yeah, so
before that, I had to trek all the way to the other side of Brighton to go get these mics, which is quite a funny story actually. So I brought this little backpack, like a normal size backpack, thinking, oh yeah, they're just tiny little boxes, little mics. I'll just whack them in the bag, get back on the bus. That's calm. Bear in mind, it takes 2 buses to get to where I need to go, and pull up. I'm like, yeah, I'm here to get the mics. Sorted all the stuff out, etc. And all of a sudden, bro comes back out with like these briefcases, like money fucking briefcases. I'm like, what? Are they the mics? He's like, yeah. We've got to make sure they've got army fucking military like protection. I'm like, all right, sick. So I'm like, I'm getting on the bus. I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna keep lugging these back and forth? So I've got them home, thankfully. And then obviously I needed to go to Malik's because that was the other artist that performed with me, which was fun. We'll get to that shortly.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks to Dan. I did feel bad though that you gave me a little lift because I was like, bro, he's trying to rest, he's trying to relax.
Yeah, nah. Okay, it actually helped me though, because like I was saying, I was a little nervous in the morning. I just wanted to be around the people that I love and respect the most. You know what I mean? I wanted to feel. There you go. I just wanted to feel most comfortable, and I think the longer you get left on your own, the worse it could be, because you're just talking in your head all the time. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, going out and seeing you for a bit probably would do me the world of good. So yeah, and I saw you, and I remember I was a little gassed, but I was also kind of in my zone, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I was laser focused on what I needed to do. So I was like, right, cool, let's just get this done, have a little interaction, and yeah, man, it was right.
To be honest, I think it could have been better that you actually met me before.
Yeah.
Just because, like you said, like staying on your own that whole time, I couldn't imagine, especially in an event like this, like just maybe like that glimpse might have just given you like that little bit more of like, oh, I'm actually calm now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it was weird because I say I feel scared. I say I feel all of these things. I also was kind of confident, but the doubt kind of took over in certain parts. But yeah, I remember then obviously seeing you doing the mic stuff, and then when I went and got Jeffrey, I think must have been like 3 o'clock-ish, right? Obviously they said get to the venue at 4, and I was like, not really. Like the later I get there, the better it will be for me, really. So yeah, got Jeffrey, and I instantly felt calm. And on the way there, it was a weird aura in the car, I'll be real. It was like, it was just me and Jeffrey driving up, and I just remember the aura. I felt something. I don't even know what it was. I felt just like we're going to war.
Oh, okay, right.
You know what I mean? We're going to war right now. There's no time for more joking about or anything like this. This is now serious shit. Like, I can't even remember what I said, but I think I said a joke to Jeffrey in the car, and bro just didn't react.
That's tough. Bro, and you didn't even play music. You were just dead silent in the car.
It was dead silent.
Oh my days, that's fucked.
And I was like, okay, I know what mood we're on now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I want to kill too.
Yeah, literally. But then, like, that's why I really respect him, and having him there really helped me, because it then got me in that zone, and I was like, right, okay, I don't really care. I'm coming here to kill now. I'm literally coming here to take his head off. Like, it got me in that zone, And bro, do you know what got me the most gassed out of anything? Was, shout out Callum, but he put on Twitter him munching Cocoa Pop bars on the day of the fight. He had a whole box of Cocoa Pop bars, and I was like, what is bro doing? He's munching on Cocoa Pop bars.
Grown ass man eating Cocoa Pop bars. Look, there's nothing wrong with that. They're nice.
I'll say they are loud.
They are
like...
fucking nice, but brother, you have a fight. What are you fucking doing? You cannot. This, you know what pisses me off is like he came with this professional boxing mindset. Bro is munching on Cocoa Pop bars before a fight. Brother, what are you doing?
Oh, it really fucking got me. I'll be honest.
I'm not surprised that you were gassed after it.
Yeah, I remember then getting to the event. We see you and Malik waiting there, and then we go and check the ring out, and holy shit, that ring was fire.
Fresh.
What was your initial thought when you saw the ring for the first time?
I was like, wow, this is actually a serious event. Going from like the charity boxing thing to this, I was like, this is actually levels above a charity boxing match, 100%. They had professional lighting, they had a walkway that you had to step onto, they had a massive seating area for loads of people when they turn up. The ring itself was just fresh. I was gassed. I was like, my bro's about to fight in there, man. I was like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I saw it and I was like, damn, this is actually happening now. Like, I can't pull out. I can't do any of this bullshit now. I'm here to fight and it's game on. And Jeffrey was like, right, we're going to go in and have a little feel of the ring, get your bouncing going on the ring, see where certain parts of the ring is more bouncy. And I remember talking to one of the fighters, Cowboy, who's on the card, and he was like, yeah, try this little part of it. It's a little less bouncier than this part. So I literally went over to it and there was like no bounce on the ring. And I was like, oh shit, okay. Yeah. There were certain parts that were more bouncy than others. And I was like,
why?
Damn.
Why is that a thing?
I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe it's just
is that like oh right. Is that like, I'm assuming that can't be like a professional boxing ring, surely.
Nah, I think it was, but like certain rings are just like that, if you get what I mean. Certain things.
So weird.
I know, yeah. But it was
Can you
more
play that to
it was
your
more
advantage
stiff.
though? Because what does that mean if it's more bouncy? Like,
well, it depends on your style and stuff, doesn't it? Because like I'm more of a moving fighter. And even watching the tape back, I realized that my movement, even ever so slightly, was a little less on those parts that weren't as bouncy and swinging.
Okay.
And then if you look at where I am on certain areas, you're like, damn, he's moving quite well and stuff like that. And those parts were the bouncier parts. So it was quite interesting that happened. But yeah, I remember just standing there. Jeffrey was like, you're gonna envisage right now both of your hands being raised after it. And he made me close my eyes and literally stand in the middle of that ring and just go like come on. Wow. Like he really made me do that. And I was like, okay, fuck. Like, damn, this is happening. And then we went back to the changing room. And yeah, he put his mat out and gave me his bag and he was like, right, you're going to try and go to sleep.
Yeah, what?
It was so weird because everyone, like all the other fighters were walking past the changing room and just looking in at me, laying down, just me and Jeffrey there. Just laying down, trying to go to sleep, and all of the other fighters are coming past.
Like, what is he doing?
Literally, in it.
Actually, to be honest, if I was the other fighters, what would I be thinking? I'd be thinking like, this guy's serious.
Yeah,
that's what I would be thinking. You're just in like a fucking dark room, you and your trainer just trying to sleep before an event. I would think you're actually serious, like,
in it. That's what I mean. Like, if you see someone doing that, you're like, bruh.
Stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like most people would just be like, oh, let me burn a little bit of energy, getting nervous and stuff. Whereas you're literally sleeping, like,
relaxed.
That's
I remember seeing Cal. He walked past like before the fight, and he was like, "Do you want me to come and give you a little cuddle?" And I was like, "Come on, then, bro. Come and literally give me a cuddle. Go and do it."
Did he actually give you a cuddle? I didn't know this.
No, he didn't. But it would have been jokes. It would have been a good picture to get, actually. But yeah, then when you came into the changing rooms and you saw me warming up with Jeffrey, you saw me on the pads, what was your initial reaction at that kind of point?
You know what? I actually like even said it to Malik. I was like, I didn't want to speak to you. Like I wanted to speak to you. I wanted to give you a hug and like be a bro. But I was like, I just don't want to speak to you because you're actually so locked in.
Yeah.
I was like the same, similar to what you were saying about that aura in the car. That's what it felt like actually now speaking about it. Like I felt this really like tense but like focused energy when I walked in there. And I was like, I don't even want to break this right now. I don't even want to touch nothing. I don't want to sit down. I don't even want to breathe. I don't want to like fuck nothing up here. But it was really nice to see because I know behind the scenes how much you put in for this, which I'm so proud of, by the way. I've told you off camera, but I'm gonna say it on camera too. Like it proved in that moment before the fight how much this meant to you. And I didn't know that until seeing that. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I
Yeah.
know about the training. I know what you've been saying to me, but it's a lot easier to say, like, yes, I'm ready for the fight. I've been doing this and this, than how you acted in that changing room before the actual fight happened. So it was good, mate. I was like really proud. I was like just watching you do it. Like, and Jeffrey, man, shout out to Jeffrey once again. Like, what a fucking incredible coach. Like, what his mindset is unbelievable. And I saw not only him break you, but build you and make you become this absolute fucking god. And I was just like, get this man in the ring. I want to see him destroy this kid. But
Yeah, I honestly, the amount of times I've said it, I'm just gonna keep saying it. I honestly don't even care. Jeffrey is the fucking goat. Do you know what I mean? Like you literally just said there, he broke me down and tore me down during the whole training sessions. And then on the fight night, oh my God, I never ever felt that much love and support from him. That it literally felt like I was going to be absolutely fine. I'll be real. Because fighting someone is so scary at the end of the day. Like I'm going in there to try and take his head off, and he's going in there to try and take mine off. And if you're not ready and you're not prepared, you're going to lose, and it's going to be an L for you. How I'm telling you now, how calm I felt once I started warming up with him, it was a joke, absolute joke. All the nerves kind of went, and I was like, do you know what? I'm here for business. And then obviously we'll get on to the performance now, which I think is a great like little segue, as I'm literally coming out to the ring, feeling confident, feeling great, feeling relaxed. I have you, I have Jeffrey, I have Malik all behind me. And then you're performing your song as well.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, that moment is literally never going to leave. I'm telling you,
bro. I just got goosebumps just saying that. It was actually a beautiful moment, and I'm glad that we got like the good part on camera too.
Facts.
Because obviously when we went out, which actually no, I'll ask you first quickly. How were you feeling before we get into the performance? How were you feeling when we were standing at those double doors, knowing that you're about to step on this walkway to go into a fucking war zone?
So I was nervous as fuck standing there because they took forever to then play the music, and it literally felt like I was just wasting time. I was just like, come on, let's just go now. But then as soon as I stepped out, it was just like, right, I'm in my zone. I'm here. This is now my moment. So even like the cameras are on me, the music's playing, I'm tensing, I'm just enjoying, I'm pointing to my friends who are in the crowd. I was like, this is my moment now. All the nerves don't mean anything. All of the excitement doesn't mean anything. All of the training literally means nothing now. Like I've got to be in this moment, and I have to be so present that I was like, right, I'm just going to take it all in. And that's exactly what I did. And I remember even turning around, looking at you performing the song. I was like, let's go. Like this is unreal. And I remember seeing Jeffrey smile as I'm walking.
He was smiling, you know.
He was.
I saw that, bro. I was like, think what you smile like that, bro.
Literally never ever see Jeffrey smile. He's
Never
so fucking serious.
Well, actually, no, we make it out like he's not a happy person.
I don't,
he is happy, but he's a very serious guy when it comes to the fight.
Yeah.
Outside, he's fucking funny, man.
100%.
But yeah, I'm glad you saw that too, man, because he was smiling, bro.
He was so happy. You guys were happy. I was happy. And I was like, right, this is now my time. This is my time. And no one is going to take it from me. And I just felt great. I felt really present in the moment, which is something I wanted to really, really do. And I was conscious that if I'm not present, the moment is just going to go.
Yeah.
And I'll lose as well. because you've got to be switched on. So I was like, soon as those doors open and I went in, this is now my moment. This is my time, and I'm here for it. So that's how I felt. How did you feel? Obviously, performing for the first ever time. Obviously, there was a few audio hiccups along the way. They obviously double looped the music, which is annoying. Like, how did you feel performing?
I felt great, mate. I didn't think like I'd be as confident as I was. So when we went out, like you said, there was a lot of audio issues, which is such a shame. But you know, audio is such a complex thing, and issues are going to happen all the time. And considering this is their second event, look, they should have let us test like we kept asking them at the start, because there was going to be problems if we didn't test. Because we didn't test and they didn't give us time to do it, even though we asked and asked and asked. Unfortunately, there was problems, which is fine. I'm sure they'll work on it for the next time. But yeah, when I stepped on that thing with you, I was like, wow, this is really happening. There's actual legit people there. Our song is legit playing in an event right now, and my mate is literally, like, my brother is literally about to get into a ring and fight. I was like, this is such a, similar to what you were saying, right? I wanted to stay present in the moment too, because I know how special this moment was going to be for us. So I tried to stay present in the moment. And you know, as soon as, when we got like halfway on that little stage thing, I could start to hear the actual audio. So that was the issue. When Dan said like it was doubling, we couldn't really hear the actual audio, like the song playing, and it was looped twice. So we just had to sort of guess where we were. So when it gets to my part and the first half of my verse, which I was so gassed about, I was like, hey, and I was proper, like, I was like proud of the energy that I was able to express for that first little verse. And then, you know, the performance carried on. I feel like I did quite well. You turned around and I was rapping towards you. You were rapping towards me. And what a fucking special moment that was. I'm so happy about that. And then, yeah, unfortunately, I lost track where I was because I couldn't really hear what was going on. So it was weird. I sort of shut down. I was there just walking behind you at that point. I've never ever been like that before. I just wanted to hide. Like, I really wanted just to get off the stage and just hide like my face. But then, you know, once you got into the ring, it was calm. We went down to the little corner and I spoke to Malik. I was like, I kept saying, I was like, I fucked it. He's like, bro, don't deep it. Shout out to Malik, because he really supported me through that sort of situation. And then obviously Jeffrey supported you in your situation.
Yeah. Facts.
But, you know, things happen and I still was able to do it. I still was able to actually perform for the first time, which I'm so grateful for, because I have a passion for it, man. And I really feel like I haven't unlocked my full potential in live performing yet. So I really hope soon, I pray for the opportunity that I get real soon to actually fully express my stage ability, because I think I could actually I honestly think I could put my full energy into a performance and it could look good, man.
Facts. I mean, at the end of the day, right, it was your first ever one as well. So the first time you ever do something, it's never, ever going to be perfect. This is the thing, because you have no prior experience to go off. So you then, going forward onto your next one, you've now got the experience behind you. The next one is going to be levels above that as well. And what I was always saying to you in the lead up to this was, let's just embrace it. Like, let's just take it in for the moment that it is going to be, because it was like literally a sick moment. And then I was like, everything else will come. This is just a stepping stone to much, much greater things. And yeah, man, it was a really nice, wholesome thing. I really respected you and Malik for both performing there, because at the end of the day, it's not an easy thing to do. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, I think we've got to give all of us like respect, bro. We all performed in different ways. Do you know what I'm saying? Me and Malik performed musically. You performed in that ring. And there is a lot of people out there that have not and will not do what we did.
100%.
And the reason, similar to what you just said about the stepping stone, the reason you were able to step on this card, the reason I was able to perform, is because we've put time and effort into content creating before. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is not nothing new really to us. And like you said about the opportunities, these bigger opportunities, when they come, it's not going to be a surprise to us, because we're putting this work in. You have to put this work in to get you have to do the little stepping stones. You have to do the little losses here and there, the little wins, etc., to get to these bigger steps, these bigger opportunities. And then when these bigger opportunities come, don't be surprised that they're there because of the hard work that you put in. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%. And I think a lot of people forget about the little tiny steps and things you need to do on the journey to actually get to the end goal of where you want to be, right? Like a lot of people won't know the amount of hard work and content that we put in previously to our 2 channels. Like people just won't know that. And you've got to do those things in order to unlock the new levels that life offers you. So these are all stepping stones to much, much greater things. And I'm just glad that we can get to do it together, man. I'm glad we get to do it
trust. It's actually, it just makes it nicer. Like the fact that me and you are both making content and we are brothers. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's like more motivating. There's so much more passion and like love to actually put into what we do because we're doing it together. And it's because it's the exact same passion, these similar goals. It makes it so much easier to do it even more. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And I'm proud of us, man. Like, I am proud of us. And you know what? I do want to say something though. I know we're bigging each other up, but we both forget about the little stepping stones too. So I can happily put my hand up and say, I always forget about the little steps, the little things that we've done to achieve what we've done. I always forget the little things that we've achieved and don't focus on them sometimes. So it's a good thing to go back and realize like, look, this is what we've done.
Yeah. It because life is so much like about onto the next thing, you don't really get that time to sit back and reflect on everything that you've done and all the hard work you've put in order to get to where you are. So that's why when we do things like this podcast and we're literally sat here chatting about all the things that we've done, it's in these moments that then you go, damn, we've actually done a lot. And then we get to sit back and reflect on it and be like, cool, nice.
But what's good about us too is like, look, yeah, cool, we've done a lot. It's not enough though. I don't know if you feel the same, but I never feel like I've done enough. And I don't think I will until like, actually, no, I don't think I will until I reach like the very, very top of something.
But I think that's where a lot of people go through that. Even the people who are already at the top.
Yeah.
They just keep unlocking each level and then they're striving for more and more and more and more. So I think that kind of chase never really leaves you unless you become like a monk or something and you're literally like,
you're at peace with everything, mate.
Yeah, literally that I think that's kind of that's life. I think you kind of just want to keep improving.
Yeah, amen. I think you have to keep improving. I don't think you should ever stop. Not necessarily financially, health, just mindset too. Like I think there's loads of different ways that you can continue to improve on. It doesn't matter how big or small too. I think at the end of the day, we are, as a human, we're always growing. So you need to always grow no matter what, no matter how big or small. So as long as you have that mindset, I'm telling you, you can achieve anything. But anyway, I want to go back to the actual fight, the actual day. Because we can give us some good advice, information, mindset stuff, but we need to save that, bro. When you're in that ring, before you're actually fighting, you see him across the corner. What are you thinking? Like, because for me, like when I had a fight, I was gritting my teeth. Like I was hungry. Like, I was like, right, I need to get him.
Yeah.
What were you feeling?
I'll be honest, I had a job to do. That's the kind of the mentality I had. I have a job to do. My job is to now win this fight. So that is all I'm thinking about. I'm like, right, how can I win this fight? And the first thing Jeffrey always said to me was, don't start too fast because we haven't had a lot of training to get you 100% fit. So, and I'd previously addressed a concern to him that in previous fights, I'd started too fast and then fatigued later on and got all emotional and like panicky. So he initially said, right, first round, feel him out, just jab and use your jab a lot and double shots. That's all you can hear in the footage back. Double shots. And test out the water, see what he has to offer. And then I'm quite a good fighter at downloading the information of how someone throws and their movement and stuff, and then trying to adjust a game plan mid-fight. So obviously the game plan was initially for me was to try and win on points, even though I'd bigged up a first round KO and all of that. I was like,
so
literally in it. I was like, I want to go the distance here. But yeah, my mindset was I have a job to do right now, and I have to be solely focused on that and nothing else really. So I was thinking the whole day, I was like, right, this is just a sparring session. This is just a sparring session. That's all I've got.
Which is such a violation.
in it. Like,
this is just a boxing session.
This is just a boxing session. It's calm. It's not that deep. That's all I was saying to myself. And then I remember literally as soon as the bell was about to ring, I clocked on to one of his mates that was sitting down in the crowd, and I winked at him. I was like,
oh, that's such a violation.
Because you know me as a person. I'm just a cocky person sometimes. Yeah. And I was like, it's just going to help me get in the zone and ready to throw some punches. And I was like, right, okay, wink.
I think it's good that you're like that though. Like cocky sometimes can be bad, but you're like the good cocky. So you're like the getting someone's head type of cocky. Yeah,
and then still put on a good performance.
Yeah.
And don't let that kind of take over. But I remember just being relaxed and like, right, it's game time now. Let's go. Like, and watching it back, I did a lot of feints and I did a lot of, I don't know if I should say like this tactic Jeffrey gave me, but it's very apparent in the first round that I was trying to do this tactic that Jeffrey told me on the day. Fuck it, I'll tell it. Because I was saying to him, I think a lot of feints are going to work against him because from the footage I've seen, he reacted a lot and all of that. So I was like, I think feints are going to work. And he went, right, okay. He's still very new to it, Dan. Yeah, he's still very, very new. So we want to intimidate him a bit in the first round. Make him scared to throw punches is basically what we were hoping the first round could do. So if you watch back the footage, you'll literally hear me stamping on the ground as I'm feinting. So I'm stamping on the canvas and it's making a loud noise. If you're about to throw a punch or you've got punches thrown at you and you hear this loud noise that keeps going, or like you hear the ground as well go, you're just going to be shook. You're going to be like, fuck this. Like I'm shelling up. So that was the tactic, was to try and get him to be a bit intimidated by my presence in the first round.
That's clever, actually.
Yeah, it was really, really clever.
It's because it's a loud sound too, so the human reactions could be like, oh shit, what is that?
Literally. And
I didn't know that.
That tactic I actually used to use when I was younger playing table tennis. So it was like that. It was low key like something I'd already previously done in another sport, because what a lot of table tennis players do is when they serve, they'll stamp at the same time they hit the ball. So you don't know what the fuck's going on when you're on the other side. You're like, shit. Like,
what the hell was that?
Like, fuck. So I was like, that tactic definitely could work in this as well. And I think it did.
Did it work in the table tennis quickly?
Yeah, it did work in the table tennis because obviously table tennis, you're waiting, you're ready to go, and then it's all about reactions, trying to find it. So if you're stamping and you're making a loud noise, it's like, oh shit, kind of could throw you off where you're looking or something like that. So that was a cool tactic that we used.
That is clever though. I didn't like, that's so stupid but so clever, like just little things like that. I wonder if it worked. I mean it obviously worked, but I wonder if like it would be interesting to actually speak to him and be like, you know, those like loud noises. Because the thing for me is like, did he hear it? Because when I had a fight, I didn't hear nothing. Like I just tunnel visioned. That was my problem. But I tunnel vision and I didn't hear anything. So I wonder if that, but he had obviously got a fight previously, so maybe he's been more used to it. But for me, I don't know if that would have worked against me because I couldn't really hear anything as it was. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think it might just be like a subconscious thing though. Like when you're in the ring, all you're thinking about is throwing punches and reacting to punches that are coming your way. So you may not realize that a stamp on the ground has affected you because you're not listening for that. You're just reacting to things. So if I've stamped on the ground, and I think he did it in the first round, he kind of moved his hands inwards.
Oh, okay.
So then I think a couple of shots later, I stamped again and I went round with a hook because he's closed his guard inwards, if you get me. So it's little things like that if you notice someone do a reaction to something you've done, can you then do it again, but change what you do? And I noticed that he would come in with his guard. So then I would come around with the hook, if you get me. So it's all things like that that play into boxing that people don't really think about. They kind of think you're just getting in there, punching someone and they're punching you. But it literally can be a chess game at times. So I'm trying to get you to throw so then I can slip out the way and react. Or I'm trying to get you to react so then I can land my punches on you. So it's quite interesting.
Like with your overall performance, I feel like I already know, but with your overall performance, what do you think about it? After watching the footage back a couple of times, what would you say? Because me personally, I've said it so many times, I think that's the best boxing I've ever seen you do.
Really? Okay, yeah, fair. I think I've obviously watched the fight a hell of a lot since. And the more I watch it, the more critical I've become, which is really annoying, because I remember the first, well, actually, it's not annoying. It's a good thing that I'm becoming critical.
Very good thing.
But I remember the first 3 or 4 days after the fight, I was just watching it nonstop and I was like, damn, I'm the fucking GOAT. Like, I'm the man. But now, if I watch it now, I'm like, oh, fuck, why did I do that? Literally put some more pressure on him, Dan. And I think that's something I was a little scared to do. I was a little scared to gas out. So I would kind of throw my punches and then move away and just kind of be happy with my performance. Whereas if I fight again, I don't want to let that pressure go. I want to be constantly in their face, landing, changing the angles, punches, rather than throw, move away, settle down, throw. I want to be in their face a bit
more. Yeah.
So with the last round, for example, I literally completely took that round off because I'd already known I'd won the first 3 rounds. And I was like, well, if I just survive, I win. So it's calm. Whereas I think what I should be doing is going, I've won the first 3 easy. Let's now put all my energy into the last round and get him out of there and make it a good finish.
I agree and disagree, because because you were going in for the win, you weren't going in there. Obviously, you were saying you wanted to get the knockout. Getting a knockout in that scenario is very unlikely. Like that's just you being cocky and trying to say shit and like making clips, etc., which is great. Definitely do more of that. But realistically, I think yes, you could have like fully went for it on the last round, but why would you risk that? Because what happens in boxing, and especially fighting sports, you can win as many rounds as you want and get slumped at the last round. So there's no real reason to have risk that. But it would have been nice if you did just fucking, like proper lay into him. But I think you got to think more realistic, especially if this is something you're going to take a bit more serious. You're there for the win, not to like put on a show. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. I think I completely, that's a fair point, because imagine I'd gone into that last round and tried to take his head off and suddenly he's caught me. I'm against the ropes. He's landing, he's flourishing. And then imagine I get like dropped or something.
Then all of that hard work just goes for nothing.
Exactly.
But I also agree with trying to make it look like a show too, because it is only a YouTube content creating boxing. So you want to put on a show, but at the end of the day, the show is the boxing match. And if you can win that boxing match, you have put on a show. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think I was more critical of the fact that I dominated the first 3 quite comfortably.
Yeah.
So why am I just trying to survive, seeing as I've very easily won the first 3? Stamp your authority on the fight and end it in fashion, rather than just letting it pass you by and surviving and getting the win. So I see both points, and I think I made the correct decision, because we've also got to factor in the fact that I'd only had like 4 proper weeks of training. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like, it wasn't like I had a full training camp. It wasn't like I was even in shape before. Like that's another thing. I wasn't in fight shape before
at all. No,
I wasn't training. I wasn't running. I was eating so unhealthy. So all of that hard work and training in those 4 weeks, did I then want to risk that in the last round? No. Like, pros and cons.
I get, like I said, and I fully agree with what you're saying, is like, I see both sides for sure. But another thing too is like, you haven't fought in a long time. Do you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
haven't fought, and you haven't fought on a proper event. The other fights don't count as a proper event,
No.
and I wouldn't even say they actually count for you. And I'm gonna say this like because every fight that you've done before this one, there's always been something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this one you had, I would say 100% into it. Bearing in mind you had 4 weeks to train, but this you put 100% into. The other two you didn't put 100% into at all.
Facts.
So there's no real reason to risk something that you've really worked hard for. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you know what?
But
that is very, very true, because those other fights, like you say, were charity events. And I think the level of training that you get in a free charity event compared to an elite fighter like Jeffrey, getting one-to-one training sessions with him, it makes a huge, huge difference.
100%.
And that was the first time I'd been in a training camp where I'd feel like I wanted to quit 5 minutes in to every single session.
Which is what you want. This is exactly what you need.
Yeah, 100%.
Because like you said, like the training camps in the boxing match, like the charity boxing matches, obviously they're for charity, fine, I understand that, but it's nothing. It is nothing.
Yeah,
like
right.
I think you needed that though, because if you were just doing those charity like warm-ups, I'm gonna call them, you wouldn't have won that fight without Jeffrey's training and without sticking to it, and without, you know, eating cleaner, you know, going on keto diet, losing this weight, doing all of this stuff, paying for the one-to-one sessions. You would not have won this fight. So going back to the risking thing, there is no real reason to risk it. But I am going to say is like, you know, we have to base it on the fighter, especially if you're going to do another one, which, you know, we'll talk about shortly. You have to base it on the fighter. Callum, who you fought, is not a good fighter.
I think
he's not a good fighter, and I'm being realistic.
No, I mean, fair enough, right? And I think he has a lot to learn still in
100%.
boxing. And I think he's going to cause people trouble once he learns how to throw the punches properly and not to just walk straight onto shots. So the head movement as you're throwing a punch, he needed to do a lot more, because every time he tried to come in, his head would stay on the center line and he'd just get clocked by my shot. So I think once he has some proper hard training behind him, he'll be all right, because he can take a punch. Like he's shown that he can take a punch, and in the last round even still try and come forward,
which was good from him,
which was really good. I think it's cool to have that mindset that you're willing to take one to land one, but you need the fundamentals more than anything. Like it doesn't matter about anything else. If I was to give advice to him, I would say find a trainer that you know is going to push you to limits that you've never ever been before. Like literally that trainer needs to, in the sessions, kill you, right? Go to them, spend a prolonged period of time, a month, 2 months, 3 months, an extended period of time where that trainer can get the bond with you and work on that, the technique more than anything, like the entrances to how you throw a punch. So like I was saying a minute ago, he would throw, but he would just keep his head there. With Jeffrey, it was all about getting your head off the center line as you throw. It was all about that. And then if you're throwing there, you go that way. It was all about moving the head and stepping as you punch. So I think you just need to refresh on that kind of stuff, and he'll be all right. Because I think he's going to fight again, and him and his boys are starting to up the content levels now, which
good,
is actually,
man, because that's
which is actually pretty good, right?
Yeah. But like what I was saying is like, because he wasn't, you know, the hardest fight. Let's be honest, he wasn't, because especially the levels that you're going now, you are going to fight harder people if you continue.
Facts.
Going back to that risk factor, are you willing to risk it at that final round when you know you're fighting someone good? No, of course not. So keep it simple, get the win, get the points behind you, and then secure the win. And then when you become a better fighter, an elite fighter, then you can start tucking people away. But until then, you need to get this experience behind you. That was your first proper event. You should be very proud of your performance. Everyone else is proud of your performance, including myself. I'm just excited to see if you do another one.
Yeah. So I potentially will be doing another one.
It's not potential, man.
I don't know. I don't know if I can say that. That's all.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna say
allegedly you might be doing one.
Yeah, allegedly I potentially might be doing another one.
Allegedly, potentially, maybe, might be doing a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
soon.
A little bit later on in the year.
Yeah, this year.
But who knows? Who knows? Things might change along the way. I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah,
it would be cool to have another one, and I think I need to get lower down in weight. I've said it from the word go that ideally I need to be around the 75, 76 kilogram mark to be optimal. Do you know what I mean? My movement, my speed, my power. Imagine, wait, hold on. I'm just thinking about it, right? Okay. Imagine my power at a much lower weight. It's raps for people. I'm telling you that. It is so raps.
Speak your shit, bro.
That's what I mean. People need to be careful when they're people need to be careful when they start calling me out. Do you know
There's
what I mean?
a lot of people calling you out, man. They do need to, you know what I'm saying? I hope you can walk that walk, you know what I'm saying?
And I think I will be able to, because I know that when I put my mind to it, I will go 100 million% into it. And if that person is not going to go 100 million%, it's game over for them.
It's raps.
That's facts at the end of the day. I ain't here to take part. I'm here to take over.
Take over. Come on now.
But yeah, man, that I think there could be a potential fight coming up. Nothing obviously confirmed just yet, but that would be really cool.
Hey man, let's hope. But if to say this fight wasn't going to happen, what's next for you?
I think I need to upload more on YouTube. That was obviously the reason. Okay, bro, don't out me like that. But no, it's true. I need to upload more because this is ultimately the career I want to go down. I've said it now quite a bit. So let's go, Dan. This is a pep talk to myself. Let's go, Dan. Let's start uploading some more videos around this whole YouTube boxing scene, and some more like vlogs and stuff. I'd love to do that as well, because I find enjoyment out of creating content about my life, about stuff like that. So
that's why we do these podcasts, mate.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So
I agree with you too, man. Like speaking about, I don't know what it is, like speaking about your life is just so enjoying. Like you get so much joy out of it, which is so like selfish and like up your own ass. But it's like, I mean, you love yourself, innit? So you're gonna speak. You're gonna want to speak about what you're doing. Do you know what I mean?
100%, man.
Yeah, I think you need to up the content. I think, you know, I enjoy watching your content. I know I'm a mate, I'm a bro, like, but outside of that, I actually enjoy your content. I think you need to continue that. And like you said, like boxing isn't your career path. Boxing is just, once again, going back to the step. This boxing stuff is just a little step towards your actual end goal.
Facts.
So don't forget what your actual baby is making content. We've been making content, so you need to get back making content. Same as me, bro. Yeah. Like, let's make content. We're both fucking good at it, and you know we will exceed in this. We will
100%, man.
We will be the goats of YouTube. Tyson, we're coming for your place, bro. You ain't nothing.
Legit, man. Is that kind of your next steps then, do you think? More content?
Yeah, way more content. Recently I've been upping it massively, and you know what, I'm actually really enjoying it. Like, I am really enjoying making content again, and I think this is my passion. I think making content is my passion, and I headbutt my mic is apparently too, but sorry about that. And when I say content, I mean, like, you know, YouTube content, you know, social media content, and I would class music as content too. So definitely more content coming out from me. Yeah, I'll just enjoy it, man, so much. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Even, you know what? Like, even if you don't see a lot of growth on videos, like right now, my videos are not getting growth at all. It's not actually really affecting me right now. like it's because like I'm actually putting so much time into these. Like I actually really enjoy how it comes out. It's a little bit like disheartening that it doesn't get the views that it does, but I have this like little weird thing where it's like it doesn't matter what I'm getting right now because I know in the future I'm going to be getting way more. So I'm actually not fussed about that at all.
I respect that. That's kind of the way my mindset has always been as well. It's like it doesn't matter that right now things are not where I want them to be because we have to go through that to get there. Do you know 100%. What I mean? Like I'll take the L's and I'll take the small number of views right now because I know that when the big views come, it's gonna hit and we're gonna be like, damn, this was worth it, bro. This was worth it.
We'll appreciate it more.
100%, man.
But appreciate the ones that we got now. Appreciate what we're getting now. Even if it's one extra view, I say it all the time. Like even if I'm getting it, one extra view, I'm achieved, bro. That's one more person than me. That's one extra human that is looking and taking their time to watch me or you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Facts. So, and no matter anything else, I think the message is always to keep believing in yourself, keep staying grateful, and always stay blessed.
Amen. Amen.
Literally, hence why we named it the Stay Blessed Podcast.
Stay Blessed Podcast. Come on. That was cold for you.
Literally thought about it. I was like, that makes perfect sense. On that note, then, I think we should probably wrap the episode up there. I think that's a perfect way to end off.
I enjoyed this one, but I'm gonna say it now. Stay tuned for the next episode. We've got a banger episode coming up. We're not too sure when, but trust me, it's very eventful. A lot of stories, and I think you guys will enjoy it. So stick around.
Thank you very much, guys, for watching, viewing, and subscribing. And from us, it is say less
and stay blessed.
We'll catch you later. I don't know what to say next.
You stupid ass. I thought you was gonna do the intro, you dumbass.
You're just literally the worst human being on the planet. I'll be real.
I'm going on TikTok. Are you still stuck on 1,000 streams, bro? Fuck, what the hell?